On one end, guys, three bold takes again, another bowl game, of course. We've got the Gator Bowl, number 22 Clemson, 8-4 record on the year against Kentucky, 7-5, respectively. Clemson comes in at a 4.5-point favorite on the live ESPN odds. I believe it opened up at 4, so there's been some movement there. According to America, was that 84% of people pick Clemson to win this game. This is an intriguing matchup, to say the least. So, Quinn, let's pass it over to you first for Clemson and Kentucky. What do you like about this game and who you got?
Well, I'll start with Kentucky. Shout out to Mark Stoops, consistently a bowl eligible team under him, which is saying a lot for Kentucky football. And they're an SEC team that, normally when you draw an SEC team in a bowl game like Gator Bowl, you celebrate because you expect them to be missing a bunch of players and not be playing at the top of their capabilities. That's not what Kentucky does when they make a bowl game. So, in that aspect, Clemson's going to be drawing a tough challenge. But frankly, ever since that, I don't remember the guy's name, but he gets on Dabo's coach show and just roasts him about his paycheck. And
Mm-hmm.
and Dabo says to buy Clemson stock. Since then, Clemson has been on a tear, undefeated since that call in, and I frankly don't think it's going to change. Now, I think the numbers at 84% mainly because of brand recognition, but I don't think it's a bad move by America to be at 84% favor of Clemson in this matchup because they definitely out talent Kentucky. And I think they might even out motivate Kentucky, which is rare in a bowl game. So give me Clemson to win. And I think they cover too.
Yeah, this is an interesting one, right? Because I've watched both these teams all year long, and Clemson, from what we've seen of them in the past, had a terrible year in their opinion until the last few games. And then Kentucky had a shot at doing some really big things and losing to South Carolina late, but beat Louisville to kind of keep them out of the playoff spot, right? But for me, the biggest sticking point here is that I thought Mark Stoops did a great job, but you get a transfer quarterback that I was absolutely high on, Devin Leary from NC State. I thought this kid was going to have Kentucky on the map, 10-win season at least. And then Devin Leary looks like he found out how to throw more interceptions than touchdowns at some points. It was crazy to me. Couldn't have anything going, and their only saving grace was Ray Davis, the running back. Had a little Heisman moment in the middle of the season almost, before he kind of tailed off and people kind of game planned around him. But last year, though, we came into a game like this, and it was Clemson, Tennessee, and I was like, oh, Cade Klubnik and the Clemson Tigers. They're going to wipe the Volunteers. Oh, my gosh. Look, they're going back to the peak and the pinnacle of college football, and then Tennessee and Joe Milton just absolutely wiped them like they were a dirty tube sock. And so this year, I'm looking at it. Kentucky's a wonderful team, but I can't do it. I'm going the Tigers 2 years in a row. I think Clemson is actually going to get it done. I think they finish it off against Kentucky. I think they play really strong against Leary and make Ray Davis beat them. So I'm going to go with the Tigers in this one as well. Freddie?
Yeah, you guys kind of hit on everything I really wanted to discuss. Devin Leary, I mean, he looked like he didn't even know what he was doing half the time, which is insane compared to his stint at NC State. I really thought that Kentucky was going to be on to something just like they was with Will Levis bringing him in. But that just simply wasn't the case. It led to a 7-5 record. But Cade Klubnik, man, he hasn't really been much better on the year. Very similar stats. He has less touchdowns and 2 less interceptions, while throwing the ball more. So that's something to consider here. But give me Clemson to win this game as well. Do they cover the 4? I don't think so. I think this is more like a 3-point win here for Clemson in this one. I don't know, man. Dabo's just like you said, Quinn. He's been on a tear. I think they won 5 straight since then. Went from 3-4 to 8-4. So this should be a good one. Dabo, I hope you keep it up, man.